Hello everyone, welcome back. Mine's here. And so I thought I would make a video on some of the goals that I am currently working towards at the moment for both my personal characters as well as my corporation. One of my favorite things about Eve, hands down, is the fact that there is no right or wrong way to play the game. So many ways to play, so many different experiences to be had. Some are a bit more ambitious than others, but they are part of the game, and those are areas where I would like to experience at some point in time. So here we go. So my first goal is actually something I've been working on as of recently with my past videos, is getting better with industry. So this has been a work in progress that I started for the new year. So I've done industry in the past, and to be honest with you, I've never been really good at it. I've always just kind of picked and choosed what I wanted to build, and I would go out, mine it, and get all the materials for it, and just build. And then sell. So, I mean, of course, that's 100% profit, but when you really get down to the nitty gritty and you factor in the price of the ore, how much it actually costs to reprocess, if you don't own your own, your own pause, if you go to an NPC station, you have taxes for reprocessing, you have taxes and system index costs for building, and then you have more taxes for when you go to list it. I mean, there's a lot of factors that come into play, and I've started to learn a lot more about those and see where I can increase my margin substantially. So, and one of those tools is actually something I've been using quite a while, which is Eve ISK per hour. Hands down, I think within the last 5 days, I've probably made at least 600 million ISK, and that's not mining anything. That's purely doing a little bit of research, buying all of the materials at market, and then bringing it back to my own station and building, and then hauling it back myself, about 8 to 10 jumps, putting it on the market and selling it. But the key for that, something I really want to get down, I really want to try and test to see how much I can push making money off of the industry. My production lines are running all the time. So when I take stuff down, new stuff goes up for building, and I haul the stuff out. And I keep my lines, I run my lines about 12 hours at a time, and it works out pretty well. So that is one of my biggest goals right now, is to master T1 industry. T2 takes a little bit more thought, little bit more thought and strategy. Not exactly there yet. I've done it in the past, but I'm not there yet at mastering it. So. All right, goal number 2, building a corporation. I have recruited in the past, and to be honest with you, I'm not very good at it. And it is hard, in my opinion, to get people into your corporation and actually stay, because I've tried focusing mainly on mining and industry, but mining is such a boring niche that people don't last very long, and I think the turnover rate is pretty high for something like that. So I've kind of widened it a little bit. I think my strategies that I have coming up, which is also on one of my other goals, is to not be so picky on hey, yeah, you join a mining corp, you have to mine. It needs to be broader, and that's kind of what I'm trying to keep a more open mind on. If you guys have any suggestions on how to work at recruiting efficiently, let me know down in the comments below. All right, number 3 is moon mining. So this is kind of an iffy one for me. Yes, I know moon mining is not always that profitable, and what I mean by that, I mean, of course it is profitable if you can actually efficiently mine the entire belt. Yes, it can be profitable, but the thing is it's extremely hard to do solo. Yes, I know there's people that can do it, but in my opinion, I've been a part of corporations where, yeah, they do moon mining every Saturday morning, and about 3 people show up, and then the belt, they get about halfway through the belt by Sunday or Monday, and the belt disappears, and it's essentially a waste, in my opinion. It is kind of something I do want to kind of experience at least once, getting up and going. But of course, this kind of weighs on recruiting and actually building the corporation and getting people interested in doing this. All right, goal number 4 is moving out to nullsec. And one of the reasons why I want to move out to nullsec is, of course, you have better access to a lot more content in terms of better asteroid belts, a lot higher payout in terms of ratting and combat sites, and just the overall risk of null in general is actually kind of appealing. High sec, yeah, you do get ganked. I do research on where I decide to mine. I mine in small quiet pockets. So I am looking primarily in NPC null, of course, to kind of start out. But yeah, aside from that, one of the biggest things that is appealing to null, and of course it again does build upon building the corporation, but as a miner and someone being in industry at heart, is one day I would love to own a Rorqual. Yes, a big, nasty, expensive Rorqual that has those billion ISK drones. To me, that's absolutely insane, and that is the platinum ride for me. So definitely on my to-do list at some point. All right, so goal number 5 is expanding into other markets. Now, what I mean by this is, instead of just my normal way of doing things right now, I buy the materials, I bring it back to my station, I build stuff, it's done cooking, I haul it to the station, throw it up on the market, and wait for it to sell, and constantly check the prices and stuff. Something I'm going to be looking at here very, very soon is strategic planning for selling certain goods in certain areas. Okay, I mean, this isn't anything new. People do this all the time. You build the most common modules such as Tristans and destroyers, and you put them up for sale in low sec faction warfare areas or just outside that. And another strategy is on either side of a long run or a long pipe to and from low sec to null sec. I've seen that strategy before. That one's not exactly something I've tried before, but I am definitely interested in. Of course, being on the NPC stations in nullsec, right, just on the inside, and on the other side of the pipe, on the low sec side. So it's definitely something I'm going to be putting a little bit more thought into in terms of market strategy and kind of planning. It may actually involve in moving my station, which I'm not opposed to. I have actually thought about it the past week, moving it out more towards Molden Heath. I think that is kind of a really good area, kind of out by, I think it's the Great Wildlands. I think Great Wildlands tends to be a little bit more on the quiet side, but I think it'd be worth a try. So there you guys have it. These are kind of my 2019 goals for EVE Online, and yeah, some of them are a little bit more ambitious than others, but most certainly open me up to a lot more experiences, and that's what I think EVE Online is really all about. Is since there is so many ways to play the game, there's so many experiences that you can have, and not everyone is even close to being the same. So again, if anyone's interested in joining me on these adventures, you are more than welcome to join the corporation. I'll leave my calling card down in the description. Certainly check it out. Hit me up in game. I'm literally on all the time in the morning. I work from home, so I passively mine throughout the day. And also let me know down in the comments what your goals are and what you are wanting to experience in EVE Online in 2019. As always, fly safe, and I will see you guys next time. Later.